Alright, welcome. This is Bartleby 19, and today we're going to start populating the end village with villagers and some other mobs. We're going to go with some sheep and a couple of llamas to motivate why the villagers have some of their supplies and how they got there. And just because they're a little easier to wrangle, we're going to start off with the sheep and the llamas first. So for that, we're going to need some wheat. So off to main storage we go. Crops. All right. All right, try to make sure I grabbed all the loose leads. All right. Next. Hold on, I'm getting a warning on the stream. All right, I'm not sure what's going on there, but just reposition you real quick. There we go. Over here. I'm going to catch an Enderman if I'm not careful. Enderman acquired. Just a second. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's flip this one. Flip that switch. Get you guys going a little bit. Get the charcoal. All right, and we're off. get that out there just in case. And maybe next time we'll just push it manually. This is kind of not the greatest. Anyways, I think we'll probably... Well, we'll probably want to dye one of them pink, just so that we have... Like, I'm just thinking of pink and light gray for the... Just to kind of match some of the existing stuff we already have. We have like a light purple, like a lavender, we go with that, but unfortunately the lavenderish or lavenderist block we have is light blue terracotta, or yeah, light blue terracotta. Which is really a nice shade. It's just, you can't get anything other than light blue terracotta in that exact shade. So we could do like, you know, light blue wool, but it wouldn't really be quite the right color. Yes, scintillating viewing. Walking behind a furnace minecart. Going down a rail on top of a bunch of fog lights in the void with some minecarts with sheep in them in the background. But we're getting there. I'll be taking off in a second because we're going to be going past the copper farm and don't want to disturb the drown too much. But we should be far enough away from the spawn areas that it won't be too much of an issue. On your left, you see Crazy Ollie. Right, that's why we want the furnace minecart generally, is for the little hills. Yeah, maybe we don't really need that much, but I have it. I just kind of want to see if it's gonna take us the entire distance anyways. And if it doesn't, we may, well, probably still do it. I think that is a lost round. That is a lost round. They usually stay confined in the farm, but occasionally they wander off. Right, I have some scaffolding there. To mark a position. Alright. doesn't quite get us all the way. And this hill, but it gets the mobs all the way, so that's what's important. It's a little annoying to have to push this manually out to make sure I don't lose it overboard, but that's not like exactly the end of the world if I do. Yeah, there it is. That's the hill. This is where it gets hard to push multiple minecarts. So yeah, probably still worth it. Just a little bit annoyed that it doesn't quite make it. Okay. Let's try to liberate them from the minecart without killing them. What would we do without hitbox mode? That, a lot. Okay, well, that's why we have 3. Let's turn boxes back off. Alright. Alright, give me a second to get you a tie down. Sweet. Alright, she'll take good care of you while I'm getting everything else set up. Alright, I got 3 minecarts, I got the furnace minecart, I got the piece of wheat. I think I might be ready for the next step. Alright. So first step done, that was relatively painless. See if that holds up. It's almost morning, so that's not fantastic. I'm gonna go grab some things real quick from the almost spawn base. So when I started this world, what would have been basically started a base pretty much right at spawn, but it was by a big dripstone cave, and when I tried to mine down to mine diamonds, I ran into a big aquifer right when I hit the deep slate layer. So I had like a big open cave on one side, and then an aquifer down below. It's kind of not the best situation when you start off in a new world, so I moved over to here, which is a little further away from spawn than I would prefer, but Alright, what do I have? I don't think I have any of that. Okay, whatever. Ignore the booms. We have some locals who like to show fireworks occasionally. Okay, that's what we need from here. Let's get out of my way. So I don't accidentally use it. I don't usually get spawns that close, but I have not actually thoroughly spawn-proofed this area, so it's possible you will. Let's do a little tour real quick. Actually, let's turn on shaders for now, for the tour. Probably turn shaders back off when we get to the end again, because it's kind of hard to see in the end with the shaders on. But this is kind of nice. So there's a close flower forest, but I don't actually use it. I think it didn't have cornflower where I wanted it. Did I go in the wrong direction? Yeah, I went the wrong direction. I ended up a little too far south. Trading Hall. Not south, east. Oops. Anyways, so that was a trading hall. I'm gonna move that one of these days up here to the Guardian Farm. And that'll be danger close to the stacking raid farm, but it'll be fine. It's close, but not close enough to cause issues. Just have to make sure I don't, I keep the villagers on the far side. Okay, so the reason we got the weakness potions is, here's my big idea here for getting villagers. Villagers are hard to wrangle because they have a bunch of different pathfinding properties they do. Actually, let's maybe get away from the note blocks for a second. So my thought there is, what if instead of wrangling villagers, which you have to try to convince to move in directions you want to move by placing beds or workstations, depending on what time of day it is, which you can't tell in the end. What if instead you transport zombie villagers? Right? And zombies are, have much simpler pathfinding. It's like see player, go after player. They're very, very nice like that. So, like, why don't we just transport zombified villagers to the end village and then cure them once they're there? And then, they'll be there and they'll have stuff set up and it'll be fine. Uh, so that's kind of my big brain idea here. We're going to try out. The problem is that you can't do that during the day unless you either have an underground path set up for them or you have a shaded path because, of course, it will burst into flame as soon as you're out in the sunlight. The second issue is you actually have to have zombified villagers on hand to do this. And you can't just breed them. Although you could just, you could breed villagers and then capture a zombie and use that to zombify them. At least if you're playing hard difficulty. Technically it could work for medium as well, but, there's a chance that the villagers will die in the process. So that was kind of my idea here. I've been, not for this purpose, but just in general, I've been collecting zombified villagers whenever I see them, and I have a boat available, or I can get a boat available in time. Oh, the other problem with zombified villagers, they'll despawn if they're loose for too long. So we're gonna keep them trapped in boats and minecarts as much as possible. Speaking of which, let me just drop into the end real quick and get the minecart set back up again. Turn shaders off. Oh, no shaders on, just temporarily. Maybe it's not too bad. Oh, right. Change that toggle. Okay, so those are ready, and then we need to put the furnace minecart there. And I can head back and hope we don't catch too many Endermen in the process. Alright, not have too much longer to wait. Let's see, don't want to do that. Let's get some dyes. So, pink dye and some light gray dye. And then we'll just pretend we have the necessary supplies for, let me shear the sheep enough. We're going to have a bit of a problem with the sheep. So, kind of the notion with how we've been setting up the, actually we can sort the items. So let's finish the thought first. So kind of the idea is that, the villagers have limited supplies that they're bringing over, and so we're kind of trying to limit what's available in the village build to what they're actually like a limited number of things that they could then use to make more stuff. The problem we're going to have with the sheep is that in order to shear them, we need to shear them more than once. We need grass blocks. And so then we have to motivate why the villagers have a grass block. Why would they have done that specifically? Use a limited amount of their supply space to have a grass block. And then also how they get a grass block, because if you don't have Silk Touch, they're kind of hard to get. Did you just despawn? Did you drop off some garbage somewhere? Anyways, so where are you? But the basic problem is that if you don't have grass, then, and distinct from dirt, you need grass specifically. You need at least one grass block to spread onto the dirt. If you don't have that, then the grass doesn't regrow, or the sheep don't regrow their wool, which actually isn't a problem, really, because you can have the sheep just go ahead and, well, you can like breed them and then slaughter them and get their wool that way. It works, and it's a little brutal, but you don't necessarily need grass and sheep to regrow their wool to make that system work. I think it's probably not close enough tonight at this point. But it kind of comes down to, do you want to do that? And so I'm thinking at this point I probably don't, particularly since who I'm kind of saying is one of the motivating factors for the village to be where it is. Can't just decide, oh, we're gonna slaughter the sheep every time we need some wool. Now I'm thinking that for the other two, and please don't be a trident wielder this time. For the other two undead villagers, what I could do is I could just have the covered path to the water's edge, since the water will keep them from catching on fire. So I won't have to wait until night. Might be worth a shot. If this was an ordinary zombie, I'd be worried about him turning into a drowned, but zombified villagers don't convert to drowned. So that's nice. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be too annoying to wait until night for the other two. Can you climb? Yes, okay. I was worried for just a second that you might not be able to get up the steps, but I think we're okay there. Come on. Come on. This is really slow. Okay. Peekaboo. There we go. Alright, I think it's gonna get him in the carts right away. Just so I don't have 3 zombified villagers beating on me. There we go. Alright, and also make sure that I don't end up having them despawn on me if I have to dally in the end for some reason. Knives in the minecart, that's not an issue. Alright, I have an extra boat. I'll drop it off because I just got too much crap in my inventory right now. We have time for this, I think. Dump off the copper. And the prawns, the muttons. So, just do this real quick. So this is a sorting system from Mazuma Games. It's really quite nice. It's multi-item, so get a bunch of different things. We'll dump itself in the chest. And it has a shulker unloader hooked up in the front. So we'll pull all these items out of the shulker. This is what's left over from the Koseki Biju portrait build. All those materials. And so it's going to push them all up into here, and we'll distribute them out to the correct chests. So it's kind of nice to see over here. We drop in, oh yeah, the mutton. And it'll be like a minute or two before that works, or we get more items working their way through the system. But in the meantime, I'm just going to grab some blocks and create a nice little path. We'll just use frog lights because I've got a ton of frog lights right now. All right. Let's just make a nice little guide path for the zombies. They're going to be coming up from here, hopefully. And then we'll make another little guide path here. And we'll fix the path up in a bit when well, the path's really not just a cheap and quick way of marking where the end portal is. So I don't really care about it all that much. Alright, that's 3. I don't really care about the portal effects or the haste effect from the beacon right now. So that's fine. If I did, I could just put light or glass, which should... I think the glass should prevent the zombie from burning, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, and I think I want to go 1 block further. And maybe wider. Okay. I think that should do it. Anyways. Now we're dropping amethyst in there. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so then the lights light up with the... You're probably doing the clusters. Anyways, the lights light up with the... Where are you? here somewhere. Right, so I've been starting to enclose and, you know, finish off the storage area recently. But one of the problems I've been running into is that Endermen like to teleport in here. This all should be mob proof for spawning, but my main concern is that they might end up in some place where they could interfere with the mine carts. But he is down there, which should be harmless, but I don't think even if he drops a block that will be a problem, but he's almost certainly holding a block. Which means unless he voluntarily teleports, he's just gonna be stuck there. Because I don't think he can drop the block anywhere there. Anyways. Okay. And I can give them even more guidance and make a path through them underwater, but I'm not feeling that generous. I should clean my inventory before I do this. So we'll have at least 2 boats to... Well, eventually have 2 boats. In the immediate, I won't have... I'm just going to try one at a time, since I can always breed more villages if I need to. Alright. Let's preemptively get rid of this boat. Anyways. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay, don't do anything silly. Oh, come on. Go through the middle. Did you see that? Did you see that? Nope, apparently he did not. And now he's probably done something silly. I mean, zombies are slightly easier to work with than villagers typically. Did you go down here? Where'd you get to? It was just a second. I don't have that much exposed lava. And the problem is, of course, that if I can't find him in a few minutes, he'll just spawn. Where'd you go? think I know where we might want it off to. Did you detect them from that far off? Yeah. Doesn't sound like it. Well, that's good. Didn't go join your friend. Where did you go? May have lost him. Can't wait. Try to find him for much longer. So the downside is he's not name tagged, so he's gonna despawn if I don't find him. I don't think his pathfinding distance is enough to figure out how to get rid. Nope, here you are. Wow. Okay. I think that resets his despawn timer. Okay, now he's here. I think I can lead him up this way. But now he's not in the nice path. Alright, so then I don't want to play this. Okay, well, so I think we have to deal with that as the new situation on the ground at this point. Is this one of the hoe? I can never remember which ones are hoe pickable. Not. I thought these ones didn't have, or Fox didn't have. Yeah. I don't think any tool breaks them any faster than anything else. Okay. Well, looks like we'll be waiting for night anyways at this point, so. I might just go for the pair. Would have been nice if that would have worked, but can't have everything sometime. No, so. Space. Okay. All right. Sequencing. I have a little time, so let me try breaking this guy's boat. And actually, this guy I don't have to worry about despawning because it's grabbed an item. Ow. Yeah. Doesn't look like they'll pathfind through water. Okay. Where was that path again? Yeah, it was here. I'm not sure how the other guy managed to make it all the way up. Just gonna look out this path. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. I may need to cut them a stairway. Alright, let's do that. This should work. Let's verify it's night outside. It's night. Let's try not to kill them. And even though it's completely stupid, there's part of me that's thinking right now, how do I loop back to save the boat? Because, you know, wood's like not renewable, and I don't have a ton of wood, and I can't just like craft another boat. But nope, I have to think, I can't just let that boat despawn. Not my precious boat. That's non-stackable, so it's a pain to deal with in inventory. That, you know, my non-stackable chest is half filled with boats, it seems. But no, I have to rescue the boat. Okay, man. Almost there. they fall through? Or did they smart up and go somewhere else as soon as they lost sight of me? Well, this guy. Alright, well, let's at least get this guy in the merry-go-round. Sweet. Alright. Let's hurry back and make sure, see if we can get the other guy in the end before morning. Still around? Did you manage to fall in? Let's go through. Ah, you're here. You made it. Sweet. Okay. Didn't bring the golden apples, so that's fine. Just have to make one more trip. Not a big deal. This actually might not be necessary, although they probably are off the, or out of the loaded chunks at this point. So they probably would have stopped as soon as they left the chunks, or at least there's a chance they'll stop as soon as they unload, but it might be part of the conjoined minecart deal, and might be mutually pushing each other all the way down there. Okay, but I think I see them off in the distance, but we'll see if they get closer. Or if they stay perpetually way off in the distance. Nope, looks like we're gonna have to nudge them. Which is fine, that's why this first minecart's here. This would make a nice loop. May have to go through the VOD and see if I can find a spot for that. Oh, I've been visible since. Have I been? No, probably not. No. Okay. Almost there. I think. No, not quite there yet. Actually, probably not even close. I think I have 2 complete cycles of the frog lights, and then I go to alternating per frog light. So still have a ways to go. Ah, okay, so the first piece of charcoal I fed wasn't completely wasted. That's nice. Of course, the nice thing about the furnace minecart here, instead of bumping it manually, is that I'm not constantly bumping against a zombie who's then hitting me in the process. So, that's worth it. Alright, let's see the end islands in the distance, so we're getting close. Okay, the end is where things start getting a little more tricky. We need to shove them enough apart so that they can't hit each other. Some of the problems you have when you're trying to cure multiple zombified villagers is that if you don't keep them separated, then the first one that gets cured can get reinfected by the other ones that haven't been cured yet. Even though you're, you know, hitting them with weakness potions and feeding them golden apples at about the same time. It's random for how long it takes for them to cure. So, or be cured, I should say. Like, no, we're gonna turn them from zombies into humans by pouring salt on them. Anyways, might run a furnace in a bit here. I think it's about where we ran out last time, so we'll see. But yeah, so we'll have to go and make sure they're sufficiently separated so that they don't have really have a chance to reinfect each other. Yeah, here we go. Okay, these two are gonna be problems. There, let me put on my chest plate real quick. See if I can get them somewhat separated. Let's put away some of the stuff we need for out here. Just to clean up my inventory a bit. Just having that full really doesn't feel good. Okay. Fully enchanted gear is really quite nice sometimes. It's times like this, after you've been having problems with some of my villagers doing significant amounts of damage to you when you're just wearing elytra, not a chest piece. All of a sudden it's like, oh, chest plate really does make a big difference. Okay, I think we're good for now. That guy's gonna be a bit of an issue, but just need to remember to undo that. we'll just undo that. Okay. All right. Don't think I keep golden apples in my ender chest, so oops. Alright guys, be back in a minute. I also need to figure out what I do for workstations. I'll probably just make them all farmers for now, with some more composters around the farming area. And maybe pretend that they have carrots and potatoes in their pockets and seed them with some of those. So right now it's all wheat, and that's, you know, we'll see. Like I said, it's kind of a balance between, you know, kind of having a little bit of kind of a roleplay-ish thing with the limited stuff for motivation on the one hand. On the other hand, let's see, actually those just produce, or just processed food. On the other hand, you know, like just being practical and having the villagers actually work. Alright, we don't need that one. Let's put the minecarts back. At least that one. Get them out of the minecarts as soon as they're cured, and at which point they won't despawn. And I could do the angle thing to preserve rockets, but I don't really care right now. That preserves them enough. My purposes, got plenty of durability. Okay. Put on the hotbar. All right. All right, let those guys cook for a bit. I'll probably just take that one back home. Since I'm not going to have that problem up here. All right, let's do a few things while we're here. Dye some sheep. All right, let's do the most hazardous thing. Okay. All right, This is where I have to be very, well, reasonably careful. Right click once. And don't right click again. And making some effort to place these so that it's going to be less likely that I'll accidentally click something while running into a house. Okay. So that gets me a few more villagers. Up to 6. Let's... I have some composters. I do. Let's place a couple here. Pointedly putting it. Well, actually, let's put in them there and there. Making a point of placing them a block away from the actual crops to try to reduce the amount of trampling that happens. To that end, I have slabs. I don't have enough slabs. I don't have all the planks. Who? Alright, I'm gonna wait till they're all cured, because otherwise this guy's gonna freak out as soon as he gets out of the cart. And we don't need any freakouts right now. And then we're going to try to get them out of the minecarts without killing them. Yeah, so that's the other couple problems with doing this with villagers. Is none of them have slept, so hope. And I think we need 3 of them, so we need 3 of them. We need them to be scared. We need them to have slept recently, and we don't have 3 and they haven't slept, so I think we're going to be good for them to not. Woohoo! Sure, why not? This one carried deep slate. We have deep slate. That was a lucky egg. That's all we're all gonna need to have chickens all over the place in a few Minecraft days. Alright. And apparently it is currently Minecraft night. Alright. So I guess now the question is, do I do carrots and potatoes? And then I should also decide if I'm going to do the grass thing. I think I will. Like I said, based on why the villagers decided to go here. I think that makes the most sense. No, actually, you know what? I think what I'm going to do here is build this over ground. So I don't want to have them not have a view of Bijou. So we'll start with the gap in the hair on this side and on this side. Let's see, yeah, let's step up. And then we'll fill that in with dirt. And I think I might need to have too wide boundary, in which case, well, let's try this and see. Anyways, so what we're going to do here is lay in some dirt. I think I have dirt over here. I think I actually have enough dirt, and as a matter of fact, I've been dirt farming kind of hard. So I'm going to lay the dirt in here. And so basically, if it's all flat on the ground like that, the Enderman can't pick it up. I don't remember if I needed how much of a boundary I need. I'm thinking one should be enough, but I don't honestly know. So we'll try this. It's fine. It's aesthetically not that bad to have that way. And there's one more in here somewhere. There. I'll put carpet in there in a bit. All right. So yeah, we made a decision. We're gonna have grass. So there's two ways we could have a grass block in the end. One is just the villagers brought it, but the other is if the basically Enderman brought it across dimensions and dropped it off. So that is the kind of the other potential thing that could have happened there, which I think is kind of interesting. So we'll just kind of claim that that's how it got there. And they realized, oh, we have grass, we can graze our sheep and not slaughter them in order to get wool. Hooray. All right. Let's go do that. And off we go in a long trek by the Froglight Bridge. I mean, the sound from walking the Froglight Bridge kind of interesting. Makes me kind of wonder how it smelled. And whether, as a result, the villagers are happy at all that they made the trek as a zombie and not as actual villagers. Okay. Grass walk. Oh, I do have grass in my end chest. Oh well. Could have saved the trip. And in a lot of other circumstances, I would hit him with water. But this is a redstone contraption. So that could be very bad. Just anger him. Can you see me looking at you? Hey, you. No? There we go. Oh, hey, grass block. Okay, also let's get them some carrots and potatoes. I got playing back at the other farm or the base if there's not a shulker box of them there. Let's drop off minecart, anything else? Really should get rid of the inner pearls, but there's still quite a few to their at the end village, so we'll just keep them there for a while. I need to restock on rockets next time I'm back at home, but should still be plenty. Alright. Go do your thing. Let me get the sheep start grazing, although actually, they have 2 blocks. That's good because we'll see if they actually, no, we'll see. See if this works. There's a chant actually, and we also need light. Alright, forgot the lanterns. I need to go grab some lanterns. This will, I mean, this, functionally this works, but I want more lanterns and torches. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fine. You can also do jack-o'-lanterns underground if you want like more subtle stuff, but worry about that later. Probably worry about that after the after we have more of the community center up. But now the question is, will the grass spread enough? I'm kind of worried the grass is going to spread 1 block and the sheep's going to eat it before it can spread further. So we'll just wait and see what happens there. If it ends up being a problem, then we'll just... Actually, let's do that real quick. Let's just... tie them to the other side of the pen real quick until the grass can spread further. But like long term, I like this idea of having backup grass that they can't get to. All right, I'm going to want a few more villagers than this. What's the problem? There ought to be enough beds. They're all should be accessible. Okay, I don't want to touch them. Maybe they don't have enough food. Give them some time. Anyways. Yeah, you're wandering kind of far. I'm concerned. So the nice thing is that this is pretty safe for the villagers. The Endermen, are neutral towards them. The villagers can't provoke the Endermen by themselves, so they shouldn't have any threats around them at this point. But they will potentially have issues if they wander off the edge, or if they wander too close to the end city so that the shulkers can target them. I don't actually know if shulkers will target villagers, but I suspect they probably will. Alright. So... all this extra wheat. Let's make it all into bread. Let's see, be very careful. Okay. All right. I think that's about all we can do for them aside from, well, we can cycle the crops for them real quick. They ought to have plenty of seeds on their own. They've already used the composters that much, which is a little concerning. Let's and hopefully they didn't burn through all the carrots and potatoes and failed attempt to get into the mood. But we'll see soon enough. And if they did, we'll throw some more at them. Okay. All right, I think at this point, might be trying to get the llamas over here. So, well, on the one hand, yeah, we need to have some llamas over here because do that. Yeah, that's pretty fine. Because then kind of as motivation for how they got some of their supplies. Right? It's like this. They brought some llamas. Yeah, that's what was carrying their stuff. But on the other hand, you know, we're probably going to have a trading, not really a trading hall, but like a town hall and with some additional jobs, and besides farmer, one of which will likely be librarian. And, you know, how are we going to get books? Like, well, you know, the llamas do drop leather. So, you know, you can breed them with hay bales, so we already have wheat, so I mean, that's something they could have if they wanted it. I kind of want to have llamas over here for, you know, reasons. I just don't remember offhand if they definitely getting boats. If they get in boats, I think they should be able to get minecarts. I'm pretty sure. If not, we can get the boats and minecarts, which will be entertaining, potentially. But we'll need another lead for that. And we have plenty of leads, that's not a problem. So back to the village we go. Oh yeah, I also want to pick up some lanterns, so I'm ready to pick up some lanterns. Get the llamas situated. Alright. This will be interesting. I think I need to lead all of them, at least temporarily. Okay. Let's lead the ones that I don't want. Pull you. Good. Yeah, let's go with this. And then wait 15 seconds for the portal cooldown to work through the system. That was not intended. We'll just set up the minecarts. Just let's get them on the tracks. I really wish the caravanning behavior was a little more transparent for how it worked. Oh, I think we got him. Nope. Sadly, we can't have zombified llamas that we can cure. Nope. Cut on the edge. Okay. Yep. Figured as much. Alright, well, I can't entice you to voluntarily move off the edge, but I can nudge you. Alright. I get two. No, maybe just got the one. Alright, well. Hopefully that worked. Come on. There we go. Alright. Hopefully we have 2 llamas down below in the end. Alright, we don't really want the 3rd here, but... There we go. Alright. Alright, I kind of don't want you. This is going to be tricky. Very careful. Although at this point, may as well, so I'm not going to be able to get you back where I want you in the overworld. That's fine. That's not good. I could send him back to the end portal, but think I'm missing a lead, but I don't need to worry about that. Plenty of string, plenty of slime. So if I send it back through the return portal from the end to the overworld, it's going to end up at spawn, which is, you know, not a huge problem, but it's also not something I really want to do. And it's not like I have a desperate use for the llamas I have already. So, it's like, no, and really need to try to get them back in the overworld to the main base. Order instincts again taking over. I think I was watching a video about advice in the Minecraft guidebooks that some of which made sense. At least, well, it was for an older version of the game, so some of the advice is just out of date from that perspective, but I think one of the pieces of advice was to, like, bring animals into the end instead of a base there for doing what I can't imagine from the point of view of advising players what to do, I guess, to defend it against other players in SMP. I mean, even with an older version of Minecraft, I just have a hard time seeing how setting up a base in the end makes any kind of practical sense. So I'm kind of unsure why, like, what was the idea there for the guidebook. It's like you beat the dragon, and then you go unbusting to go, you know, get shulker shells and loot and elytra. Why else are you in the end? Why are you setting up a base? But, you know, I mean, I'm doing it just because it's ridiculous. But, you know, why were they advising other players to it as like, I don't know. And at this point, I can't really do much with that. Either I can just use it to, you know, rag on the guidebook authors, which doesn't really help anybody. I don't find that particularly enjoyable at this point in my life. Or, like, you know, try to come up with some reasonable explanation, but or, you know, quote-unquote reasonable explanation, which could be entertaining, but I just don't have any ideas about that at the moment. So that's out. Yeah, I certainly know what to do with that information at this point. And so, So I'm pushing llamas instead. Okay. And now let's see if we can free the llamas from the minecarts without killing them. Without also freeing them from existence entirely. You're going to be a problem, aren't you? You're going to be a problem. I mean, the line here is really small. All right. Okay. All right, we got some decent spread here. That's nice. So that works. Forgot the lanterns. Okay. Yeah, I might end up hitching the llamas somewhere else. That's a little... probably just... That's fine. We'll figure something out in a bit. But for now, that's okay. We'll let that grass spread a little further before we let the sheep out. They're pretty hard on the grass, and I kind of don't want to have a situation where not enough of the grass is developed and we end up having to go get, well, tie them up again while we'll the grass regrow again. So we have to wait until the villagers wake up. Okay, well, I can start plotting out more houses in the meantime, I suppose. There are the bricks. And really just make more bricks. And we got some pillars. Yeah, we still got more pillars. Alright. So let's just put together some more houses. I think our spacing was 4 blocks in between. So we should have enough space for a small house here. 3, 4. Oops. Be actually a pretty small house. Maybe this will be a 1-bedroom. All right. Some slabs. Gonna need more slabs. Probably need more purple. Which means I'll just set up. Well, I can do whatever I want to do, but. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing, isn't it? Okay. We actually end up having babies. One of them's gonna become a mason. If I didn't move that, I'm okay with somebody becoming a mason, but maybe not right there. All right. Need a door. Need some iron bars. Technically, we don't really need the doors, but okay. You're wandering pretty far. Probably should set up a bell so you know where to wander to when it's time to take a break. Alright, so I think we're done transporting mobs out here for the time being, so we'll just take that out since that could be causing them pathfinding problems. Alright. that enough grass? Maybe. Yeah, let's give it a little more time. I mean, yeah, no. You guys do you guys. It's fine. Shader problem, or is that a sodium issue? Just more general. All right. All right, let's move this. Maybe make this a workstation house instead of a bedroom. And this is why that is 1 block away. This is now us to race to see who, well, how long it takes them to trample their crops versus how long it takes them to max out the population. Alright. That might be enough grass to sustain that. We can wait a little bit longer. We have 6 beds, we have 3 villagers, so we have some time before we need more beds. Okay. Insert one more house. Let's do that. Alright, how big is this one? We'll just make it the same size. We're boring. 5, okay. We'll just be boring, have it in the middle. Will be less boring. Actually, we'll have it be closer towards the center of town. Let's continue the pattern with the slabs to make sure we have a height of 2.5 blocks, which means Enderman can't get in and can't teleport in, more specifically. Alright, how many more do we need? It's 12, 13. That will do. Let's do that for now. It's a little boring, but okay, what's the problem? Alright, we have to check the game mechanics to make sure it might be a commit amount of height. I think that might be it. I think it might be an issue where the babies need to have room to bounce. Okay. That means we might need to make one more trip back to the overworld. Pick up some lanterns, pick up some carrots. And then... that's good. Okay, well, let's release the sheeps. Which means we can shear them now and make more beds if we need to from local materials. Alright, let's drop off the... Oops. Really should put the brush in the chest, but do that later. Alright. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last trip for the night. We'll get some carrots and potatoes. I'll get some lanterns. Probably get some spare wheat. So I think I've converted all to bread, and I'm not going to be getting more for my own purposes without harvesting it before the villagers get to it, which will be a little bit, well, not so much tough, but tedious to pull off. I have to kind of babysit it. I don't want to. You know, the idea here is not to actually have the resources, but it's to motivate them for why they would exist. So, having a plausible way for me to get wheat is sufficient. Don't need to actually get the wheat that way. Alright, so then maybe a little more. I got to have hay bales, so do some hay bales too. And it looks like we're. Do we have this there? We don't. Okay. So make a quick trip over to the lanterns. Okay. Quick trip over to the other base. I do not. Okay. I'm going to take care of this guy first, though. That should just about be enough time. Okay. Gonna need you to come this way. There you go. Hopefully caravans up with one of the other leaded llamas, and then won't be a problem. Alright. And the other thing we could do is be to have. Actually, what we might end up having to do is. Actually have a specific baby house. Drop off a boat temporarily, get more potatoes. Yeah, needs to go back. So it's kind of fun when Endermen are jumping around in the rain, but the downside is they end up inside your house, which is less fun. Okay. Alright, back home. Back in the end, we'll drop off a bunch of stuff. I'll have to deal with the boat and the other place eventually, but I have enough boats. Don't need to worry about the fate of the boats. Okay. I should leave the leads in the end. Just because that will be more convenient. Alright, let's pop over to the end just to clean my inventory. And that. Okay, that's good. Head back to the overworld and sleep so we can have some more time when the villagers are awake when we get back over there. Oops, got to reset my spawn. Oh well. It's a little tedious to do this again, but not a big deal. But, you know, I mean, I have to do a few extra trips back and forth. And my inventory could use some help at this point, but overall, this has been pretty painless. Okay. Let's see what's happened. We lost a sheep due to a transportation accident. But we managed to get all the villagers over in one shot, so that was good. The villagers didn't quite move where I wanted them to. But overall that still worked out. We just have to wait a little bit longer because we couldn't do the move during the day plan I originally was working on, but overall not a bad thing. Let's see. And then the llamas were a bit of a hassle, but we did eventually get them over. We have one more llama that I really wanted to move over there, but I mean, it's not like I really have any plans for these guys to begin with, so thinning the herd a bit is not really a problem. I'll just turn shaders off for a second so I can get a better handle of what time of day it is. It seems like you can better handle the rain without shaders. Oh, right, and I need more fireworks. And check my wings, which are fine. Oh, the helmet's getting a little bit low, so just pop over to the Enderman farm real quick. Alright, we're good. Only got 10 ender pearls by tradition. Okay. Alright, it's probably night at this point in the overworld, so we'll do a quick sleep. Almost. Yeah, it's night. Alright. Turn shaders back on. Alright, so one last time into the end. Last time, but one last trip. We'll drop off the produce. Lanterns. We'll eventually start using lanterns if we can instead of torches, since torches is going to look unfinished. When you get to Ollie, make a left. Okay. Oh, now you're actually stuck. Alright, we'll drop off the wheat and the hay bales for breeding purposes later. For those as well, that's there. Dirt hangs out here. We'll hang out here long enough to determine whether the extra space above the beds is enough. But yeah, if that makes it all work, then I'll probably just have a separate kind of nursery house. With the more space between the bed and the ceiling, most. Have that be different color, different design to help say this is not necessarily safe from Enderman. Yep, that's looking good. Alright, let's start trying to... And lantern some places. So I have to be very careful where I click. But I mean, the problem is I have to go and either have to put them on the ground here or add another block below, which might not be terrible to hang the lantern off of. Let's try it. How does this look? I think having both there looks a little weird. So look kind of weird, I think. There's not really a reason to have those be two, I think. Try that, which is... Hang some more lanterns around here. Just because we can. The downside of lanterns is they are an obstacle. They do have a hitbox. Which means if you're running from an Enderman, you're going to have a bad time. Alright, I mean, that looks decent at least. Alright, that seems to have done it. Alright, we've got babies. Got room for 2 more babies before we need to start making more. These need floors. Needs floors and needs a threshold. Alright. I'm a little worried with how far you're wandering, sir, but... Alright. I want to put some more beds in. Let's put some more beds in. Let's maybe make this the nursery. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Alright. Time to be very careful. Very hungry gray sheep, which is fine. It's just fine. But I would like to get one more bed. For no particular reason. Come on. Come on. Stingy. Stingy. I guess next time will be the white one, and he'll give me one wool as well. Come on. Come on. One more. Waiting. Yeah, sometimes they just don't want to eat. Or maybe they do want to eat and just happen to be staying on one of the 3 gnawing grass blocks. Anyways. Okay, that gives us 1. That gives us the other. Okay, we've got... Interesting. Didn't realize that was a recipe. Okay. Today I learned. We get another... We don't? Okay. I'll just deal with that later. Alright, be very careful. Okay. I'll just double check to see if we have any more harvestable. We'll do. Is that enough for another bed? It is. Make another bed. Ooh, we have an egg. Nothing from there. Alright, we should have enough wool for 3 more beds. Sweet. Alright, we just need 3 more. We want a couple of pinks and a white. And I think we're going to call it after this. Careful. 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 Yeah. Gonna have to move the floor, remove the door. Being very careful. Actually, probably shouldn't even have a door for safety's sake. So I don't accidentally double tap the door and hit a bed. Alright. Unload all this stuff. Okay, I think the rest is stuff I'm bringing home. I just take that home with me, and we'll just place it down. Very carefully. And I'm looking dangerously. Okay, that should do it. I'll take this back because we don't need it here. I have some spare sticks. I need a few sticks. I might have some more sticks over here I can grab. Okay, let's look at my light levels here. It should be enough light for these to grow, but I think maybe they need 9. They've not grown for a while. Alright. Move these closer. Only actually, well, alright. Are we good? I believe we're getting some carrots and potatoes down, so that's nice. Good berry diet. Not that it matters. Okay, and then if I want to, I can actually restore those planks. Don't think they're really necessary, but we'll do that eventually, maybe. Alright, now I'm just kind of puttering about, doing anything particularly useful. So, probably end the stream here. And so, we have now an offering of sheep and llamas. So, hopefully she's pleased. And I will see you next time. This has been Bartleby 19. Goodbye.